Okay, so we're on the fourth haul of 2023. This time it's Disney themed, so let's roll the credits and see what we get. Okay, so as I said, this is going to be a Disney haul this time round, and I've got a nice little brown box right beside me here with all the different bits in it. I'm going to keep it off camera and let's see what we have. So our first polybag is the Spider-Man Bridge Battle, set 30443. It's classed as being No Way Home, which is not actually correct. It was actually from Far From Home. So I don't know why they've called it that. I don't get that. It's not actually from that scene. It's actually from the second one. But that's what they've called it. And this contains a little droid, or, you know, those little droids that create all the holograms and everything else for the adventure, with a little Spider-Man and a big reference to my hometown, London Bridge. So looking forward to building this one. And particularly, I mean, I'm actually more interested in the build rather than Spider-Man, if I'm really honest. I love Spider-Man, but I'm more interested in the actual build and the little Tower of London placard. Being from the UK, it's kind of a bit nostalgic and a bit kind of patriotic. So that's why I kind of like this one. So I'll put this one to the side and let's look at the next one. Okay, so this next one doesn't actually have a set number. And I believe, like with the magazines, I think it's come from a magazine and someone either didn't want it or they bought more multiples and sold it off individually. So it's actually the Black Widow with a few little bits and pieces, her little armory, I guess, that it came with. But what I will say, and to the person who's delivered it, thank you for the extra sweets. I really appreciate that. That was a nice and unnecessary touch. So I do like that. So when I can, I'm going to put a report, note back and say, thank you for the jelly baby or jelly sweets. That's a really nice touch. So I'm looking forward to building that one. It is just a minifigure, but I don't have her in my collection. I've got Thor, I've got Iron Man, I've got Spider-Man. I don't have Black Widow. So, and I've even got Hawkeye. So the one person I don't have is Black Widow. So it makes sense to have at least a Black Widow. All I need is the Hulk, and then we've got the whole set. So let's pop this one aside and get to the next one. Okay, sticking with the polybag theme, the next one is 30652, and it's actually the Doctor Strange multi-universe portal. I actually do like this set, even if it wasn't Doctor Strange necessarily. I just love the whole concept of this, and I'm going to have fun building it, but I'm also going to have fun playing with some special effects on it. So I really want to use the special effects that comes on some of the programs I've got to try and see if we can make this even more exciting to look at. But I do love this set. But I didn't buy just one. 2. And 3. I've actually got 3 of them. Now, they aren't available in the UK as far as I know, so I had to buy them on Amazon. One thing I did notice that this, if you look at these, I don't know if you can see very well, one looks a bit, the bag looks a bit muggy. It doesn't look as clean and clear. But I've just realised that for whatever reason, this has been double packed. So it's been put into another bag. So that's interesting that they've done that. I wonder why they've done that. But as I said, these are not, as far as I know, they're not available in the UK. I've not seen them anywhere. But I wanted to build these up to see what we can do with them. The 2 things I'm going to do is, one, I'm going to make the New York scene a bit bigger than it is in there. So I'm going to try and add some additional pieces on it to enhance that New York scene in one of them. The other 2 I'll leave completely blank so that I can use it to maybe have a scene where there's a dual portal. But I'm going to have fun animating and building this, and maybe even incorporate the Spider-Man Black Widow character. Who knows? Okay, so let's have a look at the next one, see what we've got. So sticking with the superheroes, really wasn't going to get this one initially, but after thinking about it a lot, and I do actually kind of like the particular design on this, I actually went for it in the end. And that is set number 76203, Iron Man Mech. Iron Man and a Mech are one of the few that actually go together. Having a Mech of Iron Man does make perfect sense compared to anything else. So they've had Hulk mechs, they've had Captain Marvel mechs, Black Panther mechs, even mechs about Wolverine. But Iron Man is anyone that kind of makes a lot more sense compared to the others. Really kind of looking forward to seeing what this looks like in the flesh and building this one up. But that's not the only mech that I've got. Let's have a look at the next one. More recently, they released the set 76243, which is the Rocket Racoon mech. Mechs and these sort of characters don't usually mix, but this one's actually quite cool. And I don't have Rocky Racoon, and I'm a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. That's probably my favourite series of the whole lot. Guardians is my jam. I'm a sci-fi person more than I'm a superheroes person, and having Rocky Racoon in a really cool looking mech, I'm looking forward to building this one and incorporating that into some of the other scenes. So I'm really excited about this particular one. So let's put this one to one side again, and we'll go into the very last one. Okay, so the last one in this Disney haul is 40619. This particular set, when I heard it came out, it was no brainer that I had to get it. Love the movie, love the characters. I've got 2 models of the character as well. So when I build this particular person or set, I'm probably going to put them in the background scene so you can sort of have them as I'm putting it together, which will be a lot of fun. And that is the Wall-E and Eve set. Not so worried about Eve so much, although it doesn't make sense not to have them together. They make perfect sense to have them both together, but I'm particularly keen on Wall-E. I think that's going to be such a cool set to put together, and then to see them side by side. I think that's going to be amazing. What do you think of these sets? Is any one of these particularly catches your eye? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to hit that like button if you've enjoyed this particular video. Hit that subscribe and the notification buttons if you want to see more of these sort of videos. And until next time, keep bricking it, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.